Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Wednesday, the 18th of October. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning. We always love having you for our segments here at Mornings on Main Street. Coming up today, we are going to Streetwise, which is a new program by the Tennessee Highway Safety Department. The Tennessee Highway Safety Department is working incredibly hard to make sure that we're safe not only behind the wheel, but when we're a pedestrian walking one of the many busy streets in our state. After that, I get to take you to Pulaski to Bluebird Buffet. I'll introduce you to the husband and wife management team that's there, that's looking to just bring good food, comforting food to people coming in there to Bluebird Buffet. They shared their story this morning on how they found themselves managing this restaurant and cooking up the deliciousness that's coming out of the kitchen. I'll share with you now, it is one of the best omelets and burgers that I've had in a minute. But first, let's get a check of our headlines and stories that you'll find at mainstreetmediatn.com. Thanks to the quick work of our patrol division, we were able to identify and locate the two individuals that are responsible for the social media post. They have been taken into custody, word sent out by the Maury County School District. This comes after two juveniles were arrested and charged with terroristic threats following a disturbing social media post which showed an image of multiple firearms with threats of targeting Columbia Central High School. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the Columbia Police Department said that the call appeared to be part of a pattern of calls taking place across the state. More on this story can be found on our website, mainstreetmediatn.com. A $213,000 federal grant has been awarded to the Middle Tennessee State University's Albert Gore Research Center to fund the Brown versus Board of Education Oral History Project. Oral historian Jason Art McGowan will travel over the next 2.5 years to collect stories from around 100 residents in these communities involved in the Brown case and the impact of the 1954 Supreme Court decision to end school segregation. Read more about the milestone case and what this project hopes to accomplish by visiting mainstreetmediatn.com and clicking on Murfreesboro Post. Take a look at this. I'm sure you may have seen one of these in your community, but this is a look at the first of Gallatin's Little Free Library located at E.B. Wilson High School. The Little Free Library was placed by the Friends of the Gallatin Public Library and was dedicated to longtime educator Patricia Brown. This Little Free Library is now one of 150,000 registered Little Free Libraries in 120 countries worldwide. That's incredible. You can learn more about Patricia Brown and why this Little Free Library was dedicated to her and the legacy that she leaves behind. Okay, let's get a check of the forecast to see where the temperatures are sitting for us in the coming days. Well, turning to our friends at Tennessee Valley Weather for that forecast.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather today.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Kelly Rawson in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check at your forecast. We are starting things off on a sunny note, so be sure to grab the sunglasses before you head out the door here in southern middle Tennessee. Temperatures still on the chilly side, so be sure to grab a jacket as well. Temperatures in the 40s will eventually warm back into the upper 60s to maybe even lower 70s this afternoon. You can see it's going to be feeling pretty nice this afternoon with plenty of sunshine for the daytime, then clouds filter in back for the evening with temperatures eventually falling into the 50s and 40s, and then a few rain showers are possible early on in the day Thursday, but there's more where that came from heading into the evening and overnight. That's where the bulk of the rain showers that we're expecting will time out, as well as a few thunderstorms mixed in as well. So just keep that in mind for Thursday evening and overnight. A few lingering morning thunder showers, but overall eventually starting to clear out by Friday afternoon and evening, with temperatures in the 70s for the next few days and then back into the 60s Friday and Saturday. But we will be dry for this weekend, but hopefully we get a decent rain later this week because we do desperately need it here in the region.
We're starting off this morning by going to a new series here at Mornings on Main Street. It is Streetwise, put out by the Tennessee Highway Safety Department. Devon O'Day sits down with Kim Vanetta to talk about how we can stay safe, whether we're behind the wheel or a pedestrian on the street. Again, we all need to watch out for each other. Here's more on the segment, Streetwise.
This is Streetwise. It's a new program from the Tennessee Highway Safety Department. Kim Vanetta is our guest, and we're talking about some things that just might save you or someone you love's life. And it might save a stranger's life, and therefore really change your life if something happens. And you were saying something really, I just could not believe it. During the break, how long, when we just go, I'm just going to send a quick text, nobody will know. The average length of sending a quick text is
the length of a football field. So 100, you're going 100 yards without looking at the road when you send or receive a text.
And you think that you can do it, and you
Right.
think that it makes no difference. But I will guarantee you that when you're driving down the road, there's a warble, there's a wobble, there's a movement back and forth that can take out a mailbox or a car or a kid.
Yes.
And that split second is what we're talking about in this program, and how to just share our roads with other vehicles. Now, we've got a lot of tractor trailers on the interstate, and we've had to really learn. That's another thing, and that's for another show. But right now, we're going to talk about the two-wheeled kinds, the scooters. Let's start with scooters first. Anybody can go get a scooter, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. All you need is a credit card.
So
Scooter.
even if you don't have a driver's license, if you have mom and dad's credit card, you can go hop on a scooter.
And if there's an adult with you, there are scooter drivers all over the place in Nashville, and you can watch them. They're speeding up and down sidewalks. They're going up and down the road, and they're not paying attention. So that's another vulnerable road user, but they're also considered pedestrians. They go too slow to be a vehicle, but they're too fast to be a pedestrian, but they have to be put into that pedestrian category.
Can they legally ride on sidewalks?
They're supposed to ride on the roads, but I will tell you, I won't say it's a funny story, but when they first came out, I saw two police officers in the park, and I went up to ask what these scooters were going to do. I said, is it legal to ride on the road? And one said no, and one said yes. So, well, if you guys don't know, then how are we going to educate the public? So neither one of them knew, but you're also required to wear a helmet, and I've yet to see one with a helmet on. So
No, people are riding scooters. And another thing is, there's no, I'm bringing up a really weird topic here, but there's no breathalyzer on a scooter.
No.
So if someone cannot drive impaired, you can't ride a scooter impaired safely.
I live downtown Nashville, and I live at the top where the hotels are. So these people are walking down to Broad, and then they're getting a scooter and riding up on the scooter when they've already been drinking. So they are impaired on these scooters when they're going back home or to their hotel room. So that is a big problem.
Now let's talk about bicycles, because people are riding more bikes now. They're especially downtown. They want to be
Right.
green, and so they've got their helmets, they've got their bikes. The bike lane. Now let's talk. We don't have bike lanes everywhere.
No, but we're
getting
that.
that
Yes.
more and more, because we're encouraging bicycles here in this town, which I love.
I do too.
I'm really happy to see that. And they're the really fast riders that are on bicycles.
Professional riders, yes.
They really are. And then there's the Sunday afternoon with the kids, and they've got the little scooter thing the papoose that I call it, behind with the kids in the back, or the dog. And let's talk a little bit about sharing the lanes with these. Do you have to wear a helmet if you're riding a bicycle?
That is an excellent point, because up until the age of 16, you are required by law to wear a helmet. Once you get to be 16, you can make the choice whether or not to live or die. In my opinion, you don't have to wear a helmet anymore. As soon as you reach the age of 16, it's your choice. So the law, not like I would like for it to be, but hopefully we'll catch up with that, the more people that get injured. But interesting thing about bicycles is that you have to give them 3 feet as a motorist. 3 feet is not that far. I mean, it's not a great distance, but it's required by law. You give them 3 feet. If they're riding in that bike lane, especially the ones that are marked and it's a division now, that's perfect. You ride there, you stay a little safe. But still, you have to be paying attention, and those bike lanes stop at intersections, so you're going to have to be with the cars at the intersections.
At Fred's Flooring, we're your source for quality flooring options. Our extensive experience and knowledge in the industry means we have the expertise to get the job done right. From carpet to tile, hardwood to laminate, and luxury vinyl, we have everything you need to find the perfect floor for your home. As the Main Street Award Favorite Floor Store winner for 2023, we know what it takes to satisfy our customers. And with our convenient financing options, you can get your dream floors now and pay over time. Visit fredsfloors.com or call us today.
At Chapels, we pride ourselves on offering a wide variety of the freshest fruits and vegetables, handpicked just for you. We have a wide selection of the freshest, highest quality meats that will leave your taste buds craving more. Our friendly staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. We believe in treating every customer like family because at Chapels, your family is our family. We've been locally owned and operated for over 60 years. You can visit any of our Chapels locations in Dixon, White Bluff, McEwen, and Centerville.
At Old Hickory Credit Union, we're member-owned, not-for-profit, and eager to serve our Robertson County community. Since 1934, we have strived to provide our members with a safe, reliable place to take care of all their financial needs. From checking accounts to loans to mortgages, we're here to help. Credit unions have to constantly adapt to meet the needs of an ever-changing market. However, one constant will always remain, and that is the service we provide to our members. Stop by our Greenbrier branch today.
What separates us from other companies in Tennessee, that's going to be our mission to our customers, is to always improve the quality of life. That's from taking care of your pest to a friendly voice on the phone when you call, to a technician that comes out, he's competent, he's going to solve the problem for you. We're considered a full encompassing service, so we're going to take care of 50 plus different pests, and we'll always have your back.
Welcome back. It is really hard to miss that 15-foot flag that's outside of Bluebird Buffet in Pulaski, Tennessee. It's a beautiful location, a great spot to grab a nice bite to eat. Home cooking for sure.
Yes,
to
ma'am.
tell us all about it, we have Kevin Tyler. Him and his wife, Holly, operate Bluebird Buffet. First off, Kevin, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
So tell us how you found yourself here operating Bluebird Buffet.
We were running the pizzeria in Lawrenceburg last year. Our Cisco rep, Brad Butler, told us about it. He introduced us to Lauren, and we come in and toured it and fell in love. Yeah, come in, checked it out, had to have it, got it cleaned up and opened it up.
So you must have a passion for food.
Yes, ma'am. Love it.
What is it about the business?
Me, I like the people. I like interacting with people, having a good time with it. Holly, it's her passion. She loves cooking.
And Holly is cooking up some goodness that we will see in our next little segment. You'll get to meet Holly at that time. Did you change anything when you came into Bluebird Buffet?
No, ma'am.
No.
We might have took a few pictures off of the wall, and we're thinking about putting a couple of others in, but it just had the home feel right there. We really liked it.
Coming into a location that's already established, people already know it. How did that work? I mean, did support shift in any way, or just have you seen an outpouring of love?
Outpouring of love. Everybody's come in, they're like, I'm so glad you're open again. We went by here for months and saw it closed, and now you're open again. So, here we are. Yeah, people are great.
Does it get overwhelming? You guys run with a tight staff.
Yes, ma'am. There's 5 of us on the weekends and 4 through the week. So it gets pretty hectic sometimes, but we love it.
How do you do it?
Just back and forth. We're just running here and there. Carrie, our waitress, she helps me up front, and Tina's back here with Holly, and we just do our best we can. I
do have to say, I love the menu. I love the green and the bluebirds on the menu. Tell me about what you have as far as breakfast and lunch.
Well, we have our breakfast here. The Rise and Shine burger has got to be one of my favorite things.
Why is that?
It's a half-pound burger. It's got a egg cooked to order. It's got 2 pieces of bacon, piece of cheese, and paired up with the homemade potato chips. It just knocks it out of the park. Yes, ma'am. The French toast is amazing. Everybody else makes egg bread. We actually make French toast.
How do you prepare your French toast?
I can't tell that secret.
Darn it.
Yeah, I can't do that one.
I always try and it never works.
I've been asked about 24 times. I can't do it. No.
I can't wait to try that one. And then your lunch items, because, you really don't have, is it just breakfast?
No, we have our lunch on the back.
Lunch on the back,
yes,
okay.
Ma'am. We have burgers and we have a cheesesteak sandwich. We do chicken and waffles. We're trying to expand. When we first come in, we tried a menu and we were completely understaffed. It was just me and Holly at the time. Gotcha. So we had to switch to nothing but the buffet. We did it 5 days a week. We do breakfast all day on Saturday. It was just recently, within the last maybe month and a half, that we was able to build a new menu and offer it out. And we're trying to bring in more every day.
What makes you different than other locations?
Me personally, I think we're just putting our heart and soul in it. I mean, this is everything for us. We've talked about it and dreamt about it for years. I used to drive a truck, holding onto a steering wheel, staring out a windshield all day long, and me and Holly be talking on the phone, daydreaming. So, yeah, we've been doing this, or waiting to do this, for a very long time now.
Kevin, tell me what that conversation is like for you and Holly, because again, you said you guys have dreamt of this.
We have.
And you talk, you see what you've accomplished. What is that conversation now?
We love it. We'll tell our customers. I told somebody yesterday, one of our repeat customers, they rave about our food. And I tell them, that having repeat customers come in mean the world to us, because it means that you like the feel of our food. You like the taste of it, the environment of the restaurant. You have a good time when you're here. So that's what we're really aiming for, is for everybody to be comfortable and feel like they're at home.
2 more questions for you. One being, you have a lot of entrepreneurs out there looking to start their own business, some of them wanting to get in the food industry. Any tips for them as they, venture out into that?
Do your research.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. There's a lot to it, a lot more than what our daydreams ever thought about. There's a lot to running a restaurant. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. We're here or we're at home. That's pretty much the way that one goes.
Wow. Is there anything I haven't asked you that you would want to share?
Not that I can think of.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Kevin Tyler, thank you for your time and for sharing this with us. And when we come back, not only will we get to see kind of how they work in a rather small kitchen to get the good food out here to the table, to the diners that come in to Bluebird Buffet. You'll get to meet Holly as well, and we'll take a closer look at a couple of their dishes. Stick right here. We'll be right back.
Beginning January 1, Delta Dental of Tennessee is introducing enhanced benefits for persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
It'll include extra cleaning times for people with special needs, extra time for exams. More importantly, we will create a training program that any dentist office in the state can go online and pick that up.
At Delta Dental, we believe that the quality of oral health care should be accessible and inclusive for all.
Dairy Berry's Heat and Air has been proudly serving the Middle Tennessee area for over 35 years. We have been voted Sumner County's best heat and air company for the past 8 years. For outstanding service, call Dairy Berry's at 615-452-8121.
When it comes to insurance, you want a name you can trust. Wendy Danielle Stack is here to help. With over 7 years of experience, Danielle and her team are here to assist you in finding the right coverage for all of your needs. From auto and home to life and business insurance, we have customized options for everyone. We'll work with you to create a personalized plan that protects everything in your life that matters most. Call today and see for yourself why Danielle Stack is the go-to insurance agent in Clarksville.
We offer services for both men and women, breast, body, and face for both.
People come to plastic surgery offices because they want to improve something that they feel is a flaw in themselves.
About 10 years ago, our men's procedures were probably about 10% of what we did. Nowadays, it's more like 30 or 40%. Eyelid lifts, liposuction, and we even do hair transplants here.
We are part of the community, and we want to be able to walk around and see faces in the community that we've made happy.
Welcome back. So we are at Bluebird Buffet in Pulaski. It's off of 1st Street here in downtown Pulaski. Let me tell you, their menu is full of delicious items for breakfast and for lunch. Southern cooking at its finest. Let's take a look at the kitchen and how they fix up the delicious dishes here at Bluebird Buffet. Well, my mouth is watering, and I say this often when I'm at restaurants, I wish this was smell-o-vision because it smells absolutely delicious. We mentioned Holly in our first segment when we were sitting down with her husband, Kevin Tyler. This is Holly Tyler with us. She runs the kitchen here at Bluebird Buffet. First off, Holly, thank you so much for your time and for prepping all of this.
It's not a problem. I love to do it. I love to cook.
Do you really?
I do.
Where does that love come from?
My grandmother.
Okay.
I grew up in my grandmother's kitchen. I was right there with her whenever she cooked the family meals, the holiday meals. I actually taught my mom how to cook a little bit, so yes. But no, to me, eating makes you happy.
Yes.
Good food makes you happy, and I like to make people happy through good food. I mean, it's something that I'm good at, and I like to share that.
Some of the best memories people and families, friends have, all centered around a table of good food.
They do. The kitchen is the heart of every home.
Yes.
So, hey, the kitchen is where I love to be. I mean, I do. I love to cook. I love to experiment. I don't think that baking used to not be my best thing. I will tell you now, it used to not. It would look like somebody's failed science project. It always tasted good. But it took a little while to get good at that. But it's just something I seem to have a knack for, so.
Oh, well, again,
I like to share.
Well, by the look and the smell of it, you do obviously have a great knack for it. Kevin was sharing that, this was a dream for you guys.
Oh, yes.
And now it's a reality. And I asked him, what's it like for him to kind of look back on what you guys have built? What is it like for you?
It's still a little bit unbelievable. It's still a little bit, I'm still a little in awe right now, but it's really cool. I'm having a time of my life, so.
And I can tell it, like you were putting on, like that energy, you can tell that you absolutely love being here and what you do. Let's talk about what we have in front of us. Highlight how you do the chicken, and I know you can't give away all the French toast, but highlight how this dish is done.
The French toast is actually a family recipe. My husband and I came up with it to get him more than me. He was actually making me French toast for breakfast one morning and decided he was going to tweak it a little bit, so he did, and that was the best French toast I've ever had. So we just kept it at that.
Okay.
Now the chicken tenders, I've been just about every kind of cook that you could think of. So I just picked up little tricks here and there along the way, especially with the batter. There is, like if you're doing chicken tenders with waffles or French toast or something like that, you want to make the batter a little bit sweeter so it goes really well with the sweetness of the waffles or the French toast. So that was a little bit experimental. That was a little trial and error until we got it right, but it did really well.
Well, a really great crisp to your chicken. And again, the French toast, a hint of cinnamon. Is there cinnamon in there?
Just
delicious. And it's so fluffy. What about your omelet?
Now, the omelet is something over the years, my kids growing up loved omelets, absolutely loved omelets. So, of course, I had to learn to be good at making them. The biggest critiques you'll ever have is your children. So I had to learn how to get really good at making them. So they didn't used to look that good.
Well, they look amazing.
They are very good now. It's all about timing.
So don't cook it too fast, then I would
Don't cook it too fast. You need to cook that egg slow, or you'll have burnt egg on the outside and mushy egg in the middle.
I love the flavor of, you said there's sausage in there?
Yes.
Sausage and the peppers. That is tasty.
Oh, yeah.
That is a delicious omelet. Two of my, again, burgers, love burgers, but I love your chips that you have right here.
Yes.
How did that come about?
That was Kevin. That was his idea. He thought it would be pretty cool to see how they turned out. So we put some of our home fries before we actually fried them in the skillet in the fryer to see how they would do, and then seasoned them, and those are the best chips I've ever had. And we don't really like potato chips. So for us to really like them, those are really good.
You can't eat just one.
No, you can't. And I'm actually going to steal one myself.
And then, of course, your burger. Really nicely done. Again, a nice size for a burger for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And who doesn't like a fried egg? You guys, check this out. Take a look at that. because again, this is a segment and I want to look somewhat professional and appropriate, I will cut this in half. Normally I would not.
Just dive right in.
Oh, look at that.
It'll be okay.
And how the yolk runs out of the egg.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please. That is delicious.
That egg yolk helps to flavor that meat really well.
How do you flavor the meat?
I can't tell you everything.
One key ingredient in the meat.
Sausage.
Okay.
Hamburger meat and sausage. I can tell you that. That's all I can say, though.
So since she can't share the recipes, you're going to have to head on out to Pulaski, to First Street here in downtown Pulaski, to try the chicken and French toast, to try the omelet, to try the burger and the chips here, and you will not regret it. Make a trip on down Pulaski and stop here at Bluebird Buffet. Holly, Tyler, thank you so very much.
You.
I appreciate your time today.
It was very nice to meet you.
And again, as we send you guys to the commercial break, I'm going to keep nibbling because you guys, you can't just sit right here and have this in front of you and not eat it. We'll be right back.
It's the biggest racing show of the year, Friday through Sunday, November 3rd through 5th at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. 6 fast-paced divisions of racing on the quarter mile Friday night, pole qualifying and 3 big feature events Saturday night, and the Curb Records Big Machine Vodka Spike Coolers All-American 400 on Sunday afternoon. Racing starts at 6:30 Friday, 5 o'clock Saturday, and 1 o'clock Sunday. Tickets available at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.racing or at the gate on race day. It's the 39th All-American 400 weekend, Friday through Sunday, November 3rd through 5th. Get your tickets now.
He shoots, and he scores!
Here at Rock and Roll Sushi, we're proud to be the original American-style sushi restaurant founded on great food and rock and roll music, boasting concepts and flavors that are big, bold, and loud. We're the only place to experience the rock you love and the rolls you love with the ones you love. Come see for yourself why we're the best sushi experience in town. Find us at 108 Morris Road in Clarksville or visit our website at rockandrollsushi.com.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Thanks so much for joining us here on this Wednesday morning. We hope to see you back here tomorrow, but until then, have a wonderful day. And always remember, it's a good day to have a good day.